welcome. Today I'm going to be illustrating this Anemones de Cyan flower. I am going to be doing gouache today. I'm not using watercolor. I've been doing gouache watercolor for the last few days, so I decided to do gouache today. One thing that I would advise is that when you're using gouache, use different brushes because they tend to stain your brush. As you can see, I use this Princeton watercolors for the last time I did my illustration, and it changed the color of my brushes. So I decided that I'm going to separate some brushes just strictly for gouache, and I'm going to use the other ones that I just showed you guys that I purchased, like my Scotter. I'm going to be using those for just strictly watercolors because they are expensive and I don't want to mess up the brushes. So this ones I'm going to be using for strictly watercolors, and this blue, light blue Princeton Select set that I got are going to be used for gouache. So I'm going to start the process now, and I'm going to use the sides and also some of my brushes that already have stains from the Princeton Heritage. Since I already have a very nice brush that I like from my Scotter, I'm going to be using some of these old ones that I bought from Amazon, the Princeton Heritage line. This is size 6. I'm turning it into just strictly gouache because it already has a stain on it. So I'm using the Winston & Newton Professional gouache, and I already had this palette that I mixed from days ago, and I'm just going to activate it with water, and I'm going to use it again. I think I used this, and that's one thing about gouache that I like. I used this, you will not believe, this is since 3-4 months ago, and that's why I like gouache, because you just activate it and you can still use it. So I'm going to take some of the lumps away, and I'm going to start the process of doing this. Let me show you the flower. This is what I'm going for. So I'm going to start the process. Let's start with the dark pink. So I'm just mixing my gouache. I don't know if you can see my palette. This palette, I got it from a seller on Etsy. I'm going to show you what I got. I got this, and this from her. I always rave about this beautiful watercolor jar. So I would look for her link in my Etsy account in case you guys are interested in purchasing from her. She was also very kind enough to give me a gift with my order. My first order had like a chip on it. It was damaged, and she was able to fix it for me and send me a new one. So I'm going to just go and use this right here. And also one thing I like about gouache is the hue is very saturated. You don't have to, unlike watercolors where you have to use different layers of watercolors. With gouache, sometimes one is just enough, one layer is enough to go for gouache. That's why I like using it. As I said in one of my previous videos, I have a problem with gouache. Before I could find the right gouache for me, it took a long time because I'm very sensitive. I tend to be very sensitive to a lot of things. So for me to find this Winsor & Newton Professional watercolor that did not leave a taste in my mouth, you would not believe I gave a review of the different gouache that I tried. I tried Paul Rubens, I tried I think another brand, and every time I touched it, my mouth would feel like I put some kind of chemicals in my mouth, and I had to quickly return it, and it was giving me a slight headache. So there's something they put in it that was not, you know, that was not, my body was not liking. So I had to return it. So, but I found this Winsor & Newton Professional grade, and it did not do anything to me. It wasn't, I didn't have any issue with this one. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the dark, but I'm gonna have to do another dark layer in some areas, and some areas I'm gonna do some light. And one thing about gouache, you can dilute it. It's not too much drama. I don't have to dip it in water or something. Just as you can see, I'm not even using my tissue or my paper towel. My paper towel or a piece of rag. I can just keep going and working. That's one thing I like about gouache. As you can see, I just rinsed my brush and I continued, and what's left of the prior illustration, the prior watercolor is what I just used to go to the next petal here. So I'm using my block paper from the one I got from Temu. Let me show you what I'm using. I'm using this 300 grams Boahong pure cotton white paper, watercolor paper. So I'm gonna grab, I think I need my tissue because I made a mess right here on my jar. So I'm just gonna wipe here. I made a mess. I'm going to continue, and I'm going to speed it up, and then I'll be back to show you guys the next one. So I'm done with the leaves now, and now I'm going to be taking the blue, and I want it to be dark, a little bit dark. So I have black right here, and I'm just mixing a little bit of black in there, and I'm mixing it there in the middle because that's what I'm going to use for the leaves right here and right here. And I'm going to add a little bit of water just in case I need more. I don't want to just, you know, if I keep mixing little of this gouache, when I decide I need more and I start taking from here, it might change the color of the flower. So that's why I'm adding more water, so I have enough to use for both flowers. So I'm going to start with the one right here at the bottom. Still continue with the size 3 Princeton Select round brush. I'm going to also speed it up. at the end, when I'm done, I'm going to use another smaller brush. I got a lot of brushes from Timo, and I'm going to use that to make the fine details on the flower. So I'm going to speed it up and I'll be back. So now I'm going to be making the fine details, or not fine details yet, but to fill the holes for this blue right here. And I'm going to be using this Chinese calligraphy brush. I got it from Timo because I wanted something with a very fine tip, and it does what it's supposed to do. It's very fine, and it's, even though it's long, it might get, I have to get used to using that very long slender brush because I've been so used to using the, at least I think this is the Princeton ones are like 7 inches, but these ones are very long. I'm thinking about 12 inches. They came in a pack of, I would say 10. There was 10 of them in there, so I didn't get to see the measurements. I'm just trying to go in between the leaves here. So what I'm gonna do is add some black. I'm moving this black to the blue here to get the dark side of the flower here. Okay. So I'm going to do the next one too, and I'll be right back. So next, what I'm doing is I'm taking the white that I placed right there. And I put a little bit of water in there, and I'm going to use it to get the light on the flowers. Sorry if you can hear the like a thundering in the background. It's thundering right now outside. So I'm going to put a little bit of this white in the top right here. Let me show you what I'm trying to do, and I'm going to move my brushes out of the way so I can lift the book. Okay, this is what I'm trying to do right here. The whites, the lights on the flowers. Okay, I'm gonna put some right there. Getting more whites, and I'm gonna put it right somewhere here. Diluted it. Okay, that's too much. I'm using my brush to dilute it. Okay, I'm gonna put more right there at the top. I'm just pulling it in so that it would, and that's one thing I like about gouache. It doesn't need a lot of working of it. A little goes a long way. That's one thing I like about it. You see how I just dragged this white right here? It just smoothly just worked itself without too much effort. I'm just working it in here. So one more right there at the top. And I'm just going to so that's it. I'm gonna continue with the one at the bottom here too. A little bit of water, and I'm just gonna do right here. That's too much. Then I drag it down, and that's it on over there. This one I'm just gonna drag it, work it again with a little bit of water. Just drag it down. Okay, I think I have too much water there. I'm gonna use my tissue to lift it up. So now what I'm gonna do is try to get the blues on the yellow, sorry, blues mixed with a little bit of yellow on this side of this flower, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm adding the details. I'm mixing the black with a little bit of this pink to make the details in the center of the flower. So and I switched to my cheap, let's see, Boykan 000 brush I got from Temu for fine details. I've done this one, so I'm going to attempt to do this one, and I'm just gonna go right here, a little bit of black. And I'm diluting the water because I just want it to wash right there. The top is just light to give that illusion of light. Okay, so I'm gonna go for some more right here. And I'm gonna make those stripes, and I'm just gonna go like that. So add in a little bit more. So I want this side to be more right here. And now I'm going to add a little bit of white at the tip right here because I have white. I can see a little bit of white at the middle here, and go right there, just at the top right there. I'm gonna spread it out here, and I'm gonna put some also over here. And after I'm done with this, I'm going to take more white, and I'm going to make it thick. I want it in thick consistency. I'm not going to dilute it with water, and I'm just going to be making some dots to this center right here. And I'm using the size. Okay, this one I lost the number because I guess I've used it a lot. I'm just making some dots. And also I can see that they mixed it sometimes with the blacks. I'm just mixing it with black, just giving like a variation of black and white. And then some purple too. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same at the top there, and I'll also do the whites in some areas. Just start with it's just a variation of colors I'm seeing in there. Just dots all around. And I'm gonna switch back to white. Just pure white. just gonna put some right here. Okay, and then next I'm going to switch to black, and I'm going to put some blacks also in the more blacks to fill out the area, and I'm going to mix it sometime with a little bit of pink. I'll be back. I'm going to speed it up. Okay guys, this is the final look that I came up with. How do you think I did? I am still going to add some black at the bottom of the leaves, and I'm going to turn it upside down here so that I can make the illusion that it's coming inwards. I'm using my 000 brush tip. Just to make some fine lines. And I'm just gonna do some more. Do some more lines on the leaves here. It's really fine lines. I'm curving it outwards, going right there. And I see some right here too. And some right here. So that's it. What do you guys think? I know I still have to fix this, but I think as it is, I'm just gonna leave it as it is, because if I overwork it, I just think it might not look good anymore. Thank you guys for watching, and I would like you to let me know what your experience is with gouache. Hope I'm pronouncing it right. But I enjoy using it because it's for someone that is a beginner. It doesn't take you to have to know, okay, what, because I'm learning from Domestica, Sandra Margie. She has some books on Amazon. This one is The Colors of Nature Botanical Painting, and she gives you step by step how color theory, and she uses a lot of instructions of how to get, you know, like for example, if you want to do this flower, let me show you. If you want to get the end result of this, Tulipa Rigas Barricades, at the page 90, from page 90 all the way 91, she shows you the petal, what color she's going to use for the petals. Sorry, I can move it here. And what color she's going to use for the branch and the leaves, how she mixed it, and the steps. So I definitely think this is a good read for someone that is looking to practice and understand botanical illustration. But I have enjoyed using gouache. This that I used, I've had it for months, and I just let it dry and activated it with water again, as I said earlier, and I used it again. So thank you again for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe. As I said earlier, I'm trying to grow my channel to 50 subscribers by September. Thank you guys. Bye.